Before I begin, I have a very simple question for all of you. And I want you to do one simple thing, okay? Raise your hand if you've ever been told that you're too sensitive, you're too fragile, you're too much, you're too emotional. Just raise your hand. And listen, you don't have to be shy. I will raise my hand as well. And now look around. See? It's not a weakness. Because the society has actually told us that it's a weakness to be sensitive as a person. But today I have a different story to tell. Growing up, I was a child who was extremely sensitive, emotional, fragile. I was someone who would be very naive. Even a few of my friends even said that, you're too sensitive for this world. You're too emotional for this world. You're too quick to carry others' weights. You're too quick to feel the emotions of others. And people who are extremely sensitive, they don't really succeed in life. And maybe the writings were actually on the wall because I started to believe that maybe that's true. Maybe being sensitive, being emotional was actually a defect. Because the society kept telling us that only extroverts lead, succeed, they thrive in this world. Where there is no space for emotions in this cutthroat, competitive world. They said only logic can get you hired, can give you a job. They said that if you do not network with people, you will be left alone. Raise your hand if anyone has ever told you this, that if you are an introvert, if you're a loner, people will not really, be with you. They'll leave you aside. They'll dismiss you. Raise your hand if you've ever been told that. I was told the same. I was said that maybe I was too sensitive for this world and I started to believe, and that's when I started to shrink. I became quiet. I became someone who became extremely cautious and measured with everything that I did. But there was one time when I realized that, wait, sensitivity was actually my strength that made me understand someone's emotion, that made me see someone's silence even before their words could just speak. I realized that I could figure out a friend who was actually breaking inside, even though their Instagram looked absolutely picture perfect. It made me connect with people. And that's when I realized that being emotional and being sensitive is actually a strength and not a flaw. It's not a defect. So while the writings were on the wall, while the odds were absolutely against me, because people around me kept telling me that, you know what, Ekta, you're too sensitive and maybe you're too naive for this world. But then I used that sensitivity not as a flaw but as my weapon. I used my sensitivity to make other people feel seen, heard, acknowledged. I made people feel home. When society and people kept saying that, if you're too much, then you will be dismissed and ignored. But guess what? Just because of that sensitivity, I'm right here delivering a talk and helping people navigate through the complexities of their lives. So I defied the odds. The odds are what? The probabilities that the society decides for you, that if you are a certain type, then this is what the probability is for you. Maybe you're great with mathematics, which means the probabilities are, you'll end up taking finance. You'll end up taking something in mathematics. But maybe your heart lies in something else. And just like me, you too can defy the odds. Think of Malala Yousafzai. She was a poor girl from rural Pakistan and she didn't have an opportunity to study, to go to school. But what did she do? She turned towards her courage and she became the youngest Nobel laureate. Think about Oprah Winfrey. Do you know so many TV shows rejected her because she didn't have the looks? They said, you know what, you don't have the looks, so I'm so sorry. But now we all know that she is the most influential TV host there's ever been. Think about Elon Musk. Do you know he was an immigrant child, bullied in South Africa because people said that, you know what, your Mars dreams were preposterous and insane. Guess what? He created SpaceX and Tesla and changed and reshaped the industry. Think about Lady Gaga. A lot of people said that she's too dramatic and too weird. But she embraced her eccentricity, her authentic self. And now she is a global icon. For all of you, I'm sure, that you might have heard sayings like, this is what is meant for you. This is what you should be doing. This is what, you're good at. And people or society or stereotypes have actually decided your fate. But you can actually decide your own fate, your own future, how success looks like for you. Just the way I turned my sensitivity and I turned my emotional strength or my emotionality into strength, that's how you can. For them, the trait that disqualified them is the trait that you can use to distinguish your own self. And how can you do that? Whatever the society, the stereotype has decided for you, think about, number one, flipping the script. The odd defiers, the one who really defies the odds, who are the real leaders, they do not take the probabilities, like whatever the society has decided for them, they don't go about it. They changed and reframed the narrative. They make things that works for them. So shift that perspective. Number two, leverage your oddness. Whatever makes you different, distinguishes you, use that as a weapon. People who've come from broken families, they are the great healers, therapists, or leaders because they know what it feels like to be hurt. In fact, introverts, they create the best of arts and innovation. Why? Because they have the choice to think in solitude. And so can you. Think about what really separates you from other people. Don't let someone else decide on your behalf because you get to call the shots. And how you can flip the script, change the narrative, and use that as a weapon that will define you who you are. And most importantly, the third thing is to build your unlikely alliance, which means that all these odd defiers, they never defeated defeated anything all by themselves, defeated the odds by themselves. They had people around them. So ask yourself, what are those 2 to 3 people who are your tribe, your people who will hold the ladder for you when you're climbing? Because for Malala Yousafzai, she had her father who actually supported her. Elon Musk, he had people around him and believers around him who could actually invest in his space dream. So ask yourself, okay, who are those 2 to 3 people I can actually use and I can have it in my tribe as my tribe and who are holding the ladder for me while I'm climbing. I can call it my people, my inner circle. With all of these people that I discussed, the odds were never in their favor. Think about all of these. Elon Musk could have just sat there being bullied, cried about all the situation that he was experiencing. Oprah Winfrey could have just, call it a night, saying that, this is what life is all about. Maybe I'm not meant for a show. Lady Gaga could have said that, listen, maybe I'm so weird. But if you think about these folks, right? Odd defiers always comes in labels that, oh, you're too quiet, you're too ambitious, you're too weird. But if you think about these words or these labels, what does being quiet mean? That you can see something that others miss. What does being ambitious mean? That you are able to fight against the odds. You are ready to fight your fears. What does being weird mean? That you are an original in this copy-paste world. And now, when someone tells me, Ekta, you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, I tell them that it's good to be too much than being not enough. Thank you so much.